Alright. Well, YouTube, Archie here is got a little book I gotta go through. I just went through this about, half an hour ago or so. I have not read this book fully, but I have looked through this book as a kid. The book was written in 1977 from Mark Feldman, and I can tell you something. Going through this book after so long, and just only remembering the caves and stuff. I have been to this site as a child at about probably 78, 79. I think my father brought me there. But I can tell you something, these pieces of these puzzles are starting to come together. And this book has another important thing in it. Now, they claim that these caves and stuff were made by either Vikings or this name down here, Fiona clan civilizations, or pre-Viking, and the structures bearing similarities to early stonework found in Western Europe. Now, I just looked up the map of where this civilization was, and they are in the mix of Syria, throughout Egypt, and all them desert lands. So, I mean, for them to say that these people had made these, I highly doubt that. I mean, if they found stuff in Europe, and I mean, yeah, Europe is known for a lot of great structured buildings and stuff. But I would go more with the Vikings, due to the fact that these rocks of Mystery Hills, stuff like this, and this, as you can see, the caves and the structures of the stone, how it was built. So I'm going to go through some of the pages in this book. But the one most thing that has caught my eye in this book, and I'm for damn sure that Indians, well, too, have been in and lived in this area, or even, maybe even just, worked around it, did their own magic around it, but they claim the Indians, even though that I have read about Indians hiding in caves, but they would never live in caves or go in superstitious stuff. But there are caves up in rock ledges in Fitchburg, Mass, that they waited for John Fitch at to capture him. And for that being said, and it was in his caves at Mount Wachusett that the Indians would go in, and artifacts have been found in there too. So for that being said, that Indians that did not, well, my father used to tell me this, and I think the book might even say that. He read it, and that may be where they get it from, that the Indians did not, but I think they had something to do in these big time. Only because of this artifact that was found in 1975 at the Sandstone Rock, the main site, and with the carving of an arrow and a bird. Now, it's very interesting what kind of bird that they found and had to kill with it. But this goes on to say, with the carving of an arrow and perhaps a bird with an eye and a heart clearly outlined, which that means they might have stabbed it. And that means, in my eyes, I wonder if this is the Thunderbird. For Indians to want to go kill a bird like this and then put an arrow in the bird on the rock, something had to have scared them and spooked them. Because they do, the raven, the red-tailed hawk, the eagle, even the crows are sacred birds of the Indians. I have been learning that through my journey. But for this to be seen and said, and I used to look at this picture all the time when I was a kid, and it just dawns on me now, due to the stuff that I've been searching, finding, and putting all my pieces to my puzzle together. And the Thunderbird is known to be seen in the Bridgewater Triangle. I'm about to wonder if that's what they killed back in the day. And my father had gotten a pass from these guys, but I don't know. I think he might have lost it. It was a lifetime pass for free to get in there. I wasn't going to get up there, but now I have to see what I can do and work my magic around it. To see if I can still get in for free, because my father lost, because my father brought a lot of Indian artifacts up there that he found. But that being said, and getting this all together, and a piece of my puzzle, and why I continue to say Indians. That's right. Could have a good, strong, my beliefs, good, strong belief that they might have done something with this, or even lived in it. And there's a shovel. This is what a shovel would look like right back in the day, and I'm sure that's what Indians would use. But this is the most thing that I get out of this book that's really interesting. And that is this. Now, they claim at point A, and this is the center of what I'm about to show you. The center. Sacrificial. I don't know if that's sacrificial table meaning a sacrifice table. Because I think Vikings used to, the Egypts used to sacrifice, I believe, too, for their gods. A lot of sacrificing back in the day would do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just putting my thoughts and theories out there, but as you can see, A. Directly east, north, south line, A off the line, and all these things you gotta see. And the main gate, Sunrise Stone, these are all listings and lettering and names of the points. And and let me find this word first. I want to find this word first before I show. Because once again, we're dealing with something that I have literally figured out of my own, and now this. Read it and weep. They speak of what? East side of the triangle. That's right. Here we have the Mystery Hill Triangle. Very, very interesting. If you get close, you see that little black spot down there. And the one on top of it. Right. See if it's going to focus. There you go, right there. A. That's the sacrificial rock. Leads up to B. All these sites. And everything, as you can see, perfect triangle. And this is in Salem, New Hampshire. Now in my New England triangle, I'm for damn sure that I can reach it up along this ridge of rocks and definitely have it added if I wanted to. But the mysteries of the land and everything, is unbelievable. And for this to be shown and seen, as you can see clearly in black and white, written in 1977, these triangles are very, very obviously well known and made. And everyone that I've found in my New England Triangle all have dealt with Indians. So this one, if they didn't build these rocks, I'm sure they took notice of them and used them in any which way or form to hide, to bury, or to take dead and hide them, or, whatever the case may be. This is a phenomenal thing I've been just putting together, and just happened to open up this book once again after I don't know how many years since I last looked at it, in 1979 or 1980. I mean, I looked at this picture, but I never would think that I would have my own geostronomical thing about it and leading to another piece of the New England Triangle. Insane. But I gotta read this book a little. I have to read this book. Not a little. The whole thing. And see what they say. But if anybody's interested, Mystery Hill is still out there. To get a great look of this. And you go through the pathways and everything and go through these different things. Whether or not if it was a sacrifice area or this place just brought in unnatural things to the Indian tribes of the Vikings, and they knew that something was coming in and out, so they marked it. I think that's what this was made for. A geographical marking of something ironic that happened back in the day. Maybe a porthole to some crazy thing. Maybe even brought that Thunderbird in this friggin' place. Maybe even brought the alien life forms in here. Whatever it may be, your imagination can run wild. But still, to this day, it's still a mystery. And I gotta get out there, see what I can get and what kind of energy I get today. I know when I was a kid, I was fascinated by things, but like I said, what I know now and didn't know then, it just never occurred to me. And I never just took into any kind of notice. But if I get out there now, who knows? We'll see what happens. But the triangle stands strong of what I've been unveiling. And for that triangle to be there, in this, who knows what stands forth now, throughout all these triangles, holy shit, it could be any one of these could be just some kind of porthole. Maybe this is how the skinwalkers and all these things, right, travel. Imagination runs wild, but everything that stands there accounted for, it's not made up or make-believe, so unbelievable. Till the next video, be safe, take care. And that's right, you want to always believe. And yeah, I just want to show. Let me go through a quickness of this because there ain't much pictures in it, but hands going numb. And anyways, I showed enough in this book. Anyways, you gotta go there to see what you can find. That's all I got to say. Anybody interested has got to see it from the flesh and blood. Out.